American Bully is what?
Cost of Merle bullies, health problems associated with the Merle gene, Merle colors, double Merles, lethal whites, and reasons to avoid the Merle coat pattern in the American Bully breed. The Merle coat pattern should not be used in the American Bully due to health issues. The American Bully Kennel Club and several other associations do not accept the Merle coat pattern because it is linked to a number of serious health issues. We'll go into great detail about the Merle coat pattern in this article, including what causes it, the health issues it raises, and the reasons most Merle breeders and kennel clubs avoid it. We'll also look more closely at why some American Bully breeders continue to produce Merle puppies despite the known health risks. In the American Bully community, the discussion is still raging.
The pattern for Merle coats.
A coat pattern called Merle is found in some dog breeds. It's incorrect to refer to me as a color. Rather, I'm the result of a gene that changes how pigment appears in a dog's coat. Due to its unique pattern and appearance, the Merle coat pattern has recently grown in popularity. Since each dog's Merle coat pattern is unique, some breeders have used this as a marketing gimmick or a sales tactic in an effort to trick unwary buyers into paying more money under the impression that they are actually buying rare-colored American Bullies. Unfortunately, the Merle gene mutation is linked to a number of health problems, and breeding two Merle dogs only increases the likelihood that these issues will arise.
What Merle is?
Patches of hair with diluted pigment are a distinguishing feature of a dog with a Merle coat color.
Usual types.
Red Merle. Although breeders and dog owners refer to a variety of Merle colors, the two most prevalent Merle breeds are blue Merles and red Merles. In reality, blue Merles are gray. They have the same appearance as a tricolored dog, black, white, and tan, but some of the black on them is faded or gray. Black Merle. Similar to a blue Merle, a red Merle will have faded patches of red and frequently appear more mottled. Only a few breeds produce red Merles, while all breeds with the Merle coat pattern produce blue Merles. The intensity of the dog's other colors, tan and black or red and tan, can also differ. While some Merles appear to have extremely pale coloring all over, others may have patches of color that are quite intense. Bi-blues are blue Merles without any tan markings, but tan markings are not required for a red Merle to be red.
Secure Merle.
Blue eyes are common among Merles. They occasionally may have one brown eye and one blue eye. They occasionally also have two brown eyes. In some cases, dogs that seem to have normal coat coloring are actually Merles and give birth to puppies that are also Merles. These are referred to as cryptic Merles, but it is still unclear why these dogs lack the Merle pattern. This is one of the main reasons we reject the use of our studs for not only all Merle dogs, but also any dog with Merle anywhere in its pedigree. Even if they don't have a Merle appearance, cryptic Merles. A Merle dog will have inherited the Merle gene from one of its parents because the Merle gene is typically dominant. While a non-Merle dog won't have inherited the Merle gene unless it's a cryptic. A Merle, on the other hand, will be in a litter of mixed color puppies, indicating that it has inherited one Merle gene and one non-Merle gene.
Health concerns related to Merle.
Scientific evidence suggests that, in addition to skeletal, cardiac, and reproductive abnormalities, the Merle gene may also be associated with a higher incidence of ocular and auditory problems. Optical, eye, problems. Hearing, ear, problems. Anomalies in the skeleton, heart, and reproductive system. The Merle gene was first studied in dogs in a paper from 2006 that was published by the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America. According to one study, mild to severe hearing impairment affected 36.8% of dogs with the Merle coat pattern, In contrast, none of the non-Merles, dogs in the control group had any hearing problems. Another study discovered that the frequency of eye abnormalities was significantly greater in Merles than in non-Merles. Other research has revealed a link between the Merle gene and skeletal, cardiac, and reproductive abnormalities.
Why does the Merle pattern occur?
When a dog carries the M allele in a single copy, the Merle pattern is created. All Merle dogs have the genotype MM, which means they have both the Merle and non-Merle alleles. Non-Merles are all MM. If you cross a Merle MM with a non-Merle MM, you will typically get a litter with half of the puppies being MM Merles and the other half being MM non-Merles. However, if you were to cross two Merles, MM, you would typically get a quarter MM non-Merle, a half MM Merle, and a quarter MM as a result, double Merle, also called double dapple. Additionally, the double Merles don't appear to be regular Merles. They are primarily white with Merle patches instead. The main reason you should refrain from breeding MM dogs is that they frequently suffer from visual and auditory issues.
Merle double.
When two Merle dogs are bred together, a double Merle is the result. It makes no difference what breed or color Merle they are. Each puppy in the litter has a 25% chance of being born a double Merle if two Merle dogs are bred together. The Merle gene is passed down twice in a double Merle. One copy of the Merle gene results in marbling of the coat and lighter patches all over the coat of a solid color. The marbling/lightning effect is doubled in a double Merle, and the coat primarily turns white. Furthermore, due to the absence of pigment where it should be, double Merles have a very high likelihood of being blind, deaf, or both. Dogs are categorized as normal if they do not inherit the gene twice as young puppies. Their coats are typically marked, and neither their hearing nor their vision are compromised. A breeder wants these puppies because they can make the most money from them. Given that no one will buy a defective dog and that selling a dog with problems would reflect poorly on their breeding program, some breeders kill them at birth. Unavoidably, a number of others will wind up in shelters, while some turn out to be used as bait dogs for dogfighters. When dogs do wind up in shelters, which is common, they are doomed to death because no one wants a dog that is defective, which makes adoption extremely challenging. Some of the ones that aren't culled are sold to unwary customers under the guise of being rare white.
Problems with health in double Merles.
These dogs are unhealthy and predisposed to a number of conditions due to their extreme lack of pigmentation. It is consistent with varying from light deficits to total deafness, hearing impairment, impairment of vision, all the way to total blindness. A rare condition called microphthalmia results in extremely small eyes that occasionally need to be removed. Skin cancer brought on by a lack of pigmentation and a lack of UV protection.
Merle disputes.
Many people wonder why anyone would breed Merle to Merle when there is such a high risk of producing puppies with disabilities. There are several responses to this query, with ignorance being the first. A Merle American Bully can be risky to buy, and even riskier is breeding two Merle dogs together. In particular, if the customer already owns a Merle dog of the opposite sex, breeders who sell Merle puppies ought to discuss the dangers of breeding Merle to Merle. However, since this is improbable, double Merles will continue to be accidentally created.
Is double Merle possible to avoid?
Double Merles will continue to be produced as long as there are Merle-coated dogs, either accidentally or because the breeder was ignorant. But there is a lot that can be done to prevent the breeding of double Merles and to warn people about the risks. The deliberate breeding of double Merles can be discouraged by official organizations and kennel clubs, but educating puppy buyers will also be helpful. Uninformed buyers are frequently sold double Merles as rare white or albino variations of a particular breed without being informed that their puppy may become blind or deaf. Additionally, owners of two Merles may breed their dogs without understanding the repercussions. Part of the solution is to raise awareness of the risks associated with breeding Merles to Merles.
Breeds where Merle is permitted.
The AKC acknowledges Merle as an acceptable color in the following breeds: Australia Terriers, Alpine Shepherd, Dane Dogs, Cooleyes/Escallies, Leopard Dog, Catahoula Shetland Sheepdog, Scottish Cardigan Corgi, United States Pit Bull Terrier, English Bulldog of old, Pomeranian/Spoodles, English Bulldogs.
Is the American Bully accepting of Merle?
Merle coats are only permitted in dog breeds where they naturally occur, such as Border Collies and Leopard dogs, according to the American Kennel Club, AKC. With the exception of poodles, which the UKC stopped accepting in 2020, the same is true for the UKC there.
Bully Kennel Club of America, ABKC.
According to the ABKC breed standard, Merle is not a recognized color in the American Bully breed. The ABKC has the following policy regarding Merle dogs: Merle is a disqualifying fault. No. It's a flaw that disqualifies someone, much like albinism. Merle pattern/blotched per competition is a disqualifying fault.
Amount of American bullying.
Every day, new breeds are getting the Merle gene. Poodles, Bulldogs, American Staffordshire Terriers, American Pit Bull Terriers, and American and exotic bullies now have Merle genetics. Many of the more recent designer breeds now exhibit it even more frequently. These dogs are overpopulated, which is tragic. The fact that there are rescue organizations dedicated solely to helping Merle dogs should say everything. In an online article about the American Bully breed, it is stated that these are entirely avoidable. You won't get double Merles if you don't breed two Merle dogs. That broad generalization that don't breed Merle to Merle and there won't be double Merles is true, in my opinion. True. On paper, it also makes sense. Yes, there won't be any double Merles in that particular litter if you don't breed Merle to Merle. But what about the litters left by their customers? And who are their clients? Somebody will eventually breed two Merle dogs together, somewhere down the road. There will be more puppies born with serious, utterly preventable health problems, whether it's because of ignorance or breeders who just don't give a damn. Even though the so-called ethical Merle breeders brag online about being responsible Merle breeders, they continue to cause serious health problems in our breed. But instead of taking responsibility for the issue directly, they celebrate their indirect involvement. Why then do American Bully breeders continue to produce Merles when it has been established that they are associated with severe health issues, abnormalities, and problems?
Why Merle dogs are bred by American Bully breeders?
Most American Bully Merle breeders choose to buy Merle dogs or produce Merle litters because they have heard or been told that's where the money is at. But that's just not true. The highest-end Merle dogs are more expensive than our studs and pups. This proves that premiums for high-quality stocks will always be higher than those for passing trends. Putting health concerns to the side for a moment, Merle isn't where the money is at from a business standpoint. A gimmick like rare-colored or a fad like Merle might result in higher sales prices in the short term if you were an American Bully breeder who struggled to sell pups at a decent price, but there is no longevity to it. Rare and special colors. The belief that there is a higher demand for rare and unique colors in the American Bully breed is the second main reason why breeders decide to go the Merle route. To some extent, this is true. The current trend is color, but it can be added without Merle and its problems. Instead of capitalizing on a passing trend, having a few litters, and then going out of business, breeders can add color without sacrificing structure, health, or temperament, and have a breeding program with longevity.
The Merle litters.
Merle to non-Merle breedings typically result in dogs with stunning coloring. If I said it didn't, I'd be lying. But after the first few litters, these breeders are left with a choice: breed back to Merle for color and risk health problems, or avoid Merle to Merle breedings and end up with a yard full of unattractive black and silver spotted dogs. It's happening in XLs, and in American Bullies, we saw this exact same scenario occur a few times. Merle is nothing new. It's not the first time Merle dogs have gained popularity. Over the past 10 years, this is the third or fourth wave. From any of the first Merle waves, I am not aware of a single Merle breeder who is still in operation. They had to completely restart with new stock, go back to their previous careers, or look for new employment. This article was written 3 to 4 years ago, during the previous Merle craze. It happened precisely as I predicted it would, and it will happen again. I don't profess to be psychic, I don't think I know everything, and I don't have a crystal ball. I've just seen the exact same thing repeatedly take place.
Reasons a new owner purchases Merle dogs.
They lack better knowledge. They think they are purchasing rare-colored American bullies.
America's exotic, bulldog, and bully breeds, Merle.
This article only discusses the American Bully breed. It does not discuss any other bulldog breeds, including exotics, French, American, English, or Pacific bulldogs. The majority of these should be regarded as distinct breeds from the American Bully, each with its own set of breed standards and kennel clubs to represent it. Registries that might or might not permit Merle in that breed are also included. My concern is for the American Bully, and I want to help those who may be unfamiliar with the breed and are thinking about breeding to learn more. Do your research before considering having a litter or breeding. Before diving in headfirst, consider the time and expense involved. Establish a regular plan and a backup one for emergencies. Recognize that it is your duty to place the puppies you bring into the world in loving homes with accountable owners. Stop creating new health problems that are completely preventable and unnecessary. In the last month alone, I've declined more ABKC-registered Merle dogs than I did the entire previous year. And not a single person was informed of Merle's health problems. None of them received information from the breeders who sold them the dog about the risks associated with Merle-to-Merle matings.
Summary.
The Merle coat pattern is not uncommon, despite the fact that they have been appearing on social media sites and being advertised as rare-colored American and exotic bullies. Its gene mutation caused it, and it has numerous health issues. Merle is merely a trend. Additionally, it is nothing new. Over the past 10 years, the American Bully breed has seen Merles increase in popularity in 3 or 4 waves. You can't ask any Merle breeder from the first few waves how their experience was, because none of them are still around. Regardless of the color of its coat, the American Bully is a wonderful, devoted, and kind dog, but when that color is selectively bred to appeal to a small group of people, it becomes immoral and unethical. Breeders of American Bullies should avoid mating or breeding with Merle dogs. Merle is a trend that will hopefully fade away